Welcome Capricorn to your Capricorn February 2021 reading. It's great to see you here. Great to see the subscribers in particular. It's always good to see you. Much love and affection to you. We have great fun here, don't we? It's like our secret club where we belong together and we have good fun here. The channel, it's different. It's good. Now I'm going to draw 5 cards. Incidentally, I have a Capricorn card here for you, which I'm going to use at the top of the spread. I'm going to take a spread of 5 cards because that's all we're going to need. By the way, if you would like to have a personal one-on-one psychic clairvoyant reading with me, then just check out the information that's in the description box below, and you can see how easy it is for that to happen from wherever you may be in the world. But anyway, I'm excited to do this reading for you now, so let's get it underway. Let's see what there is in store, and the first card is the 9 of Wands. What might there be from in here? The 5 of Cups. Beautiful imagery on these cards. The Ace of Wands. Absolutely outstanding imagery. The 6 of Coins. Good to see such beautiful paintings and the energy going with it. And the 6 of Wands. Look, you've got it all going for you, Capricorn, and don't you need that for a change? It looks like you're going to get a break. But without giving anything away, come and have a look at the paintings on these cards with me while they talk to me, and I'll tell you what they have in store for you this month. Now, next month's reading will be published on Wednesday, the 10th of February at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. Now, I'm going to give you a quick look, just for interest's sake, at this Capricorn card, only because the artist has done one, and we don't often see. In fact, I can't recall seeing a star sign card in there. See, sort of half fish and half goat. Of course, the traditional sign of Capricorn is of the sea goat. Do you understand? And amethysts here, sacred to Capricorn. There's the planet of Saturn, perhaps. It's up there. Anyway, where should we go first? Well, this is looking right here, so why don't we start with this? This is the Lord of the root of the power of fire, otherwise known as the Ace of Wands. Now, people important to you at this time are going to be Leo, Virgo, and Cancer. And this card also symbolizes the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And so I think that during this period, you will have qualities from each of those fire signs that are there, actually. Aries is going to give you leadership and desire. Leo will give you good character and energy. And Sagittarius, insight and philosophy. This is a very strong, high energy of transformation here. A new start, perhaps a passionate union, you know, and your vital life forces will be surging. Now, the Ace of Wands actually really involves grounding the expansive, passionate, and creative fire energy represented in the suit of Wands. Now, we can define creativity in a broad way as an expressive, generative energy that you can bring to every aspect of your life at this time. Now, as the first card in its suit, this ace is about providing the base needed to support this energy. You must have a container for the fire so that it can grow. The container is provided by grounding, which means being centered and having a solid connection with the earth. This is particularly needed in modern cultures which have a more mental energy that tends to move us away from our bodies and disconnect us from the earth. But once grounded, the fire energy can be activated and harnessed in useful ways. Without this, the fire can get out of control and lead to scattered, unbalanced, or inflamed behaviors and states of consciousness. Grounding is particularly important when you find yourself feeling confused, overwhelmed, hypersensitive, or spacey. I think that this is indicating that there is a new creative spark within you that wants to take form. The fire energy wants to rise in you, bringing more expansion and passion into your life. And make sure you're grounded and centered so that you can handle this onslaught of energy. Furthermore, I think this is such a great card, I love this one here. I think it represents a time in your life when you have a breakthrough moment of insight and you feel inspired and motivated to move your life forward. A big opportunity is going to open up for you, I think. You have the possibility, because aces are potential, of tapping into latent potential that you have, and it's the perfect time to draw upon your imagination and make your dreams come true. Now, with this energy in the center of your spread at this time, it is saying that there is nothing you cannot be, there is nothing you cannot do, there is nothing you cannot have. You are the most magnificent, the most remarkable, the most splendid being God has ever created. For who could reject such wondrous magnificence? But you do not know who you are, and you think you are a great deal less. You are your own rule maker, and you are the only one who can assess how you are doing. All you see in the world is your idea about it. Life will take off for you when you choose for it to. An idea becomes a thought. A thought becomes a word. Say it out loud, words have power, and they reverberate all throughout eternity. A word becomes an action. And if you're going to do it, start. And having started, go all the way. Do it, do it, do it. Seize the opportunity presented to you now. Rejoice in it, and let no power on earth take it from you. Now, let's have a look at the Lord of Loss in Pleasure, which is this Five of Cups. Now, here we have the Wands card sitting underneath it. We have a Wands card opposite it, and we have a Wands card touching it. These are all fire cards, and this is a water card. Fire and water don't mix, and so these fire cards together are overcoming the potency of this card here. So this is a minor thing that's going to be happening during the month, probably just for a moment, I would say. But let's have a look. The Lord of Loss in Pleasure, and see what she has to say for us. Well, it is Mars ruling the first decan of Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio. Well, mystically, I also have Mars associated with the numerology. Mars, mystically, for me, is number 5. And so even though we have Mars in Scorpio, because Mars is the classical ruler of Scorpio, and we'd expect a really positive aspect to the card, but because we have a number 5 here with Mars in it as well, we have a double dose of fire. And what we have is the extra heat of Mars coming down to evaporate the waters of Scorpio. So it may well be that something didn't work out as expected. And what this energy is saying is don't wallow around in self-pity and regret, because new and better experiences are in store, and they definitely are, because they're in these cards here. Maybe you become disillusioned for a moment about your life ahead, about your future. Perhaps you are feeling disappointed by someone else's actions, and find it in your heart to forgive them, because forgiveness releases the person who forgives. You don't need to forget, but you are released when you forgive. The feelings that come up with this can often point to fear of taking another risk, or of making an effort in the future, or hiding away in some place where we can't be disappointed again. But you mustn't do this. It's perhaps that some too high expectation of yours has been crushed, or somewhere deep inside you lurks the fear of some disappointment. Well, now is a good time to learn from this situation. In what areas of your life do you fear disappointment? What have you learned from the disappointments you have experienced until now? And how can you try to prevent disappointment? And say to yourself, I get to know my own reality by learning to see where I fool myself or where I deny my inner voice. Now, sometimes it is the case that we can have some sort of emotional, because the cups are about emotions, very large part, not exclusively, of course. But we can have some sort of emotional pain for a moment. And as I say, because it's being overcome by all these other really positive fire cards here, which you're going to see in just a second. But sometimes we can have pain. But pain is nothing to be worried about, because your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy, and you would accept the seasons of your heart, even as you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your home, and you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain, you know, is self-chosen. It is the bitter potion by which the doctor within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the doctor and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility, for his hand, though heavy and hard, is guided by the tender hand of the unseen, and the cup he brings, though it burn your lips, has been fashioned out of the clay which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. But there is no need, as this card says, to be concerned about it, because what do we have underneath it? The colors same here. It's interesting. No coincidences, it seems. Let's have a look at this card, which is the Lord of Victory. And let's have a look at it. Fantastic for you at this time. This is Jupiter ruling the second decan of Leo, the 3rd of August to the 12th of August. Now, Jupiter is all about love, expansion, and philosophy, and this combines really well with the creativity of Leo, and so you have success in achieving your goals. Now, Leo is also ruled by the Sun, and this number 6 here, mystically, I have an association with the Sun as well. I also have an association in the number 6 here with what I might call, metaphorically, Krishna consciousness, or Christ consciousness, or the consciousness with which, after having the Quran recited to him by the prophet, by the angel Gabriel, the prophet Muhammad consciousness, peace be upon him. So Leo is ruled by the Sun as well as this number 6. So we have a lot of balance here as well, a lot of harmony. And Leo gives you your confidence and your creativity, which goes so well with this card here, doesn't it? And Jupiter, well, Jupiter bestows expansiveness upon you. Expansiveness and the desire to make things happen. Now, 6s are about transition, movement, balance, solution, harmony. This is speaking emphatically to victory over past troubles. Although you remember them, you have defeated them and become stronger. And this is one of those things that you will defeat. You will remember, but you become stronger. All is well. You've worked hard to get where you are, and now you're being rewarded. You'll have high self-confidence from Leo, so go forward and set new goals and improve your learning and understanding, which is the Jupiter side of things. Do what you are planning to do, because this moment promises success. What do you really want to achieve? What does victory mean to you? Say to yourself, I am now ready to enjoy success in my life. Every event in my life brings me closer to my final goal, and my victory brings benefits to all involved. And to help you along your way there, you have the Lord of Great Strength. Now, this is the first card that you drew, the Lord of Great Strength. What am I getting from this? Well, this is the moon ruling the second decan of Sagittarius. Now, the number 9 here for me is associated with the moon as well. That is that point, if you like, which is to deal with the subconscious and going deep and deep within. The moon ruling the second decan of Sagittarius, which is about the 3rd to the 12th December. And we have a double lunar influence, the moon ruling Sagittarius and the moon in the number 9 here for me in this position. So what we see is that I think that you will have power gained through unifying conscious and unconscious energies. A wholeness is coming through to you. Great strength and determination, strength of character, courage under fire, defending what you have worked for, and a great belief in yourself. Now, as you know, this card here, which was the Lord of Victory, well, nothing happens easily like that. There is some effort that has to be put into things. Well, what this card is saying to you is that you will be able to reach into yourself and discover new depths of strength and power that you never thought you had. Now, of course, you may encounter obstacles. We all do. But the important thing is you will have the strength to overcome them. When this card turns up in this position, diagonally opposite this 6 of Wands and with the Ace of Wands beside it, like that, this is saying that you can be reassured that you have what it takes to get by. Even in times of difficulty and stress, inner strength is going to rise up and guide you towards your goals. And in the process, you'll learn more about yourself and about your abilities, gaining an all-round new perspective, which is going to bring security and self-confidence. You're in the process of discovering your real strength. Trust your inner guide. You may want to take part in groups which can help you develop and unfold your potential. Are you a little afraid of your own strength? In what areas in your life does this fear come up? Maybe pay attention to your dreams at this time as well, but say to yourself, I know more and more clearly who I am. This recognition leads to the full development of my potential strength. And so what is the outcome? Let's have a look. Well, this is the Lord of Material Success. It is the moon ruling the second decan of Taurus. And the number 6 is here again with that beautiful energy. Krishna, Christ, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Name those, that energy, that cosmic, mystical, sacred energy that's coming through. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So I've got the moon in Taurus. Now, the moon is exalted in Taurus in ordinary astrology, which is a good sign. But the moon's transient, isn't it? It has a transient nature. It waxes, it wanes, and it means that successes can be short-lived, but that's the whole point of a success. A success isn't a continuum. You don't have a success on the 3rd of the month and then that success lasts. You achieve a success. You have a success here, you have one here, you have one here, you have one here. You have success. It's material success, things to do with your material life, your standard of living. This is about generosity, and both ways, that is. Also about paying it forward. Make sure you always do that, even if it's a very small amount. I do think you'll be receiving something of a boost of a valuable nature, possibly financial, but something of value coming your way. And if you're after a grant or a scholarship, this looks very auspicious for that. And if you're making application for unemployment benefits or in the welfare system, I think that's going to turn out quite well as well. This is about the external manifestation of your internal deserved karma at this time. Success, transformation. Now, the other thing that could turn up is that you may have the opportunity of getting involved in something of a profitable adventure. This is also a reminder for you to remember the successes in your life to date and to build upon them. Certainly you'll have a desire for success. And the advice of this energy is that you need to be willing to take risks, be committed, trust your intuition. Of course you must do that. But most importantly, this is saying be open to your success. It is no less than a gift you can learn to accept thankfully and humbly. Real success only comes once you have learned to serve. Success under these conditions enriches all levels of your being. What does success mean for you at the moment? Visualize as precisely as possible before you go to sleep at night what your success looks like, and say to yourself, my self-acceptance and self-confidence are the keys to real success. Fantastic spread of cards for you, Capricorn. Good job. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I thought that was a fascinating reading, didn't you? It was great, very exciting, very interesting information coming through. Lots of things to think about, lots of things to prepare yourself for, and get things going, because you have got everything going for you. And there is actually one thing that I need to say, and it's this: make sure, look, if you did like the video, please do hit the like button. It does help the YouTube algorithm somehow or other. The YouTube gremlins do things, or elves, they go and do some stuff, and I'd appreciate that. But in the meantime, and until I see you again next month, remember one thing and one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.